the dark corners of American history lie stories that refuse to fade. Murders so mysterious, so haunting that even decades later they remain unsolved. These are crimes that baffled detectives, divided public opinion, and left families waiting for justice that never came. Today, we uncover America's 5 most notorious cold cases. Real crimes that time itself couldn't solve. 1. The Zodiac Killer. Northern California, 1968. Couples were found shot and stabbed in quiet, remote areas. A faceless killer emerged, calling himself the Zodiac. He taunted police and newspapers with cryptic letters, symbols, and ciphers that he claimed contained his real identity. In one of his chilling letters, he wrote, "I like killing people because it's so much fun." The Zodiac claimed to have killed 37 people, though investigators could confirm only 5. Hundreds of suspects were investigated, but no one was ever charged. Even with modern DNA and handwriting analysis, his true identity remains one of America's greatest mysteries. Some say he's long dead. Others believe he's still out there, smiling behind the mask of an ordinary man. Number 2. The murder of JonBenét Ramsey. Christmas night, 1996, Boulder, Colorado. 6-year-old beauty pageant star JonBenét Ramsey was found murdered in the basement of her family's home. A ransom note was discovered, demanding $118,000, the exact bonus her father had recently received. The note, the crime scene, and the investigation all were mishandled. Media frenzy exploded. Some blamed the parents, others blamed an intruder. Years later, DNA evidence pointed away from her family, that the real killer was never found. Nearly 3 decades later, the murder of JonBenét Ramsey still haunts America. A tragic case wrapped in wealth, secrets, and silence. Number 3. The Black Dahlia. Elizabeth Short. Los Angeles, 1947. A woman's body was found in a vacant lot, cut in half, drained of blood, and arranged in a gruesome pose. Her name was Elizabeth Short, but the world remembers her as the Black Dahlia. The brutality of the murder shocked the nation. Hundreds were questioned, from doctors to actors, from drifters to police officers. But the killer never found. Over the years, more than 60 people confessed, but all their stories fell apart under investigation. The Black Dahlia case became one of the most infamous unsolved murders in history, and Hollywood turned her tragedy into legend, a symbol of beauty, fame, and death intertwined. 4. The Hall Mills Murders. New Brunswick, New Jersey, 1922. A minister named Edward Hall and a choir singer, Eleanor Mills, were found shot to death under a crabapple tree. Their bodies lay side by side, love letters scattered around them. Rumors of a secret affair spread like wildfire, and suspicion soon turned toward the minister's wife and her brothers. The case went to trial, but without solid evidence, the accused were acquitted. The murders became a media circus, reporters swarming the small town, mixing fact with sensational gossip. Even a century later, no one truly knows who pulled the trigger that night. 5. Lizzie Borden and the Axe Murders. Fall River, Massachusetts, August 4th, 1892. Andrew and Abby Borden were found brutally murdered in their own home, each struck multiple times with an axe. Their daughter, Lizzie Borden, was the only one at home during the killings. She claimed innocence, but her behavior raised suspicion. Neighbors spoke of family feuds, greed, and secrets. Lizzie was arrested and tried for the murders, but the jury found her not guilty. Despite her acquittal, the public never believed her. The rhyme still echoes in American folklore. Lizzie Borden took an axe and gave her mother 40 whacks. To this day, no one knows who really killed the Bordens, and Lizzie lived the rest of her life under the shadow of that crime. From the Zodiac's coded letters to the Black Dahlia's haunting silence. These stories remind us that some crimes never fade. They simply wait, whispering through time. Each case tells us something chilling, that truth isn't always revealed, and sometimes the killer walks free. So the next time you hear about a cold case, remember, behind every file, every photograph, there's a victim whose story still demands an ending. Which of these cases do you think will be solved first?